I wasn't all for it, and I'm not sure why. You know, it would have been fine for my wife Cindy to do it, or, you know, we had some other relatives be tested. I guess it was just Jay, you know, and so I said to her, she was only 29, and I said, you know, like, you don't have to do this. And so she said, would you do it for me? And I said, of course I would. You know, I'm your dad, that's my job. So then she said, it's my job now. So that's the only thing that bothers me through the whole deal is that. But when we did it, it was very, very good. She's a positive kid too, and all the testing is pretty extensive. They don't want to, for both of us, they don't want to give me a kidney if I'm going to ruin it somehow, you know. So the testing's fairly extensive on me, and then for the donor, it's very extensive because they don't want to take one from someone if there might be a problem down the road. So she went through all the testing and everything was fine and that sort of stuff. And I think the other point that everybody should know is they tell the donor until that morning, even you can back out at any time. So I think that's an important thing. No, there's no pressure on anybody to do this. It's strictly you want to really have to do it. And so we worked our way through all of the testing and got the date, and we're pretty excited about it. And then the date came. For me, it was seemed pretty simple. They wanted to let Jay, my daughter, who was the donor, out of the hospital after 2 days, and I was out of the hospital in 6 days, I believe. And never had recurrence or have to stay, or as Dr. Muir had said, everybody has a little bit of rejection at some point. We did not go through any of that. So the operation went. It was pretty seamless, really. They told her to stay off work, I think, 6 weeks. After a month, she went back for 1 day and said, no, you know, they're probably right. You know, stairs and things like that. So she did take the 6 weeks. After that, she worked herself back into, you know, she's fairly physical and boxercise and things like that. And I don't think you'd ever know that she had a transplant, obviously. And now with all of the technology and things that they have, the scars are very, very small, hard to actually see. I think where they take the kidney, as she would say, would be below the bikini line. So like the other ones are very, very small, not noticeable at all. And so she's done very, very well, and leads a happy, active life, you know, that sort of thing. I was not that long after the transplant. I continued on doing a little bit of what I was doing, consulting type stuff and that sort of thing, and then had an opportunity to come get back in full-time hardcore, which I planned for another 10 or 15 years, I guess. I don't know. You know, I love work.